Now, I talk to a lot of artists, and a lot of them say, hey, I want to be able to show my personality on camera, or I want to build a brand outside of just music. But when it comes time to actually do it, they freeze up. They're too afraid to look corny, and worst of all, they don't want to feel like they're forcing it. But the truth is, it's actually not that complicated. And you don't need $1 million budget or some crazy strategy to pull it off. You actually have 3 very clear lanes to do it every single time. You can talk about it, you can document it, or you can implement it. And once you understand these 3 things, then showing your personality and showing the things you're into outside of music become effortless. And today, I'm going to break down each of those things one by one and show you how artists are executing on them at the highest level. Now, when I say brand, I'm not talking about some fake persona or some character, unless that's your artist thing, right? No knock to anybody that has an artist character. But I'm talking about the stuff that makes you human, right? Like the things that you do and are into when you're not being a music artist. So these are your interests. This is your lifestyle. This is the stuff that you care about outside of music. So that could be mental health, anime, fashion, fitness, gaming, you name it. But the way that you express your interest through content usually falls into one of these 3 categories. Number 1, you can talk about it, which is you giving your perspective on things within that community and things that you know that that community cares about. Number 2 is you can document yourself living it and let people see how you move and interact when you're in that particular world. Or number 3, you can implement it. Weave it into your art and your visuals and your overall creative direction. Now, let me show you guys what I mean. So I think the first lane is accessible for everybody. Just talk about it. So this can be you on camera, during an interview, in a podcast, a live stream, whatever. We just want to see you putting words to the things that you love. Now, this can build connection fast because people can hear your voice. They can see how passionate you are about the thing. They can see how knowledgeable you are about the thing based on the way that you speak about it. And this can overall help them start to understand why this thing even matters to you in the first place. Now, I think one of the best examples of this is Tyler, the Creator. For the last few years, he's been branding himself within the high fashion space. And Tyler doesn't just say he likes fashion. Nah, he actually gets deep. Here he is breaking down some of his technical design choices for his Golf LaFleur brand. And if you watch the clip, you can see that he's not being performative. He's actually nerding out about something that he cares about.
So every color is specific to go with brown, and
it's like pastels meet earth tones.
Yeah, I love pastels, from the orange with the leather patch right
like
there.
A super light sherbet. I don't know what else to call it.
This mohair just feels like super nice. Yeah. This is my favorite. I've worn this 1,000 times. A lot of guys' shirts don't come with round collars.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just wanted to like put round collars on it because I just think that shit is sick. And this print has floor in it.
Now, when artists start to talk about their interests with depth, it builds trust because we, the audience, can see and hear that, hey, they are really a part of this community. I think a very important part of being a part of any community, you know what I'm saying, even if we remove it from fashion, is people can associate how into it based on the words that you use, the way that you talk about certain things, right? Like if I would have put together 2 people, one who really cares about cars and one who doesn't really care about cars, and they had a conversation about cars, the one that cares is going to use certain words, they're going to say certain things, they're going to geek out about stuff that like will immediately separate the 2. And so what's great about this is that the more you talk about it, the more trustworthy you become within that space, and then fans start to associate you with that world. So when we bring it back to Tyler, anytime he drops a new fashion piece, especially one that's within the high fashion world, his fan base isn't surprised by it because they expect it because it's on brand. So my best advice here is if you got a real passion for something, stop dumbing yourself down. Go deep. Talk like someone who lives it, not like someone who's trying to sell it. Now, the second lane is documenting it because, you know, not everybody wants to be on camera giving speeches and talking about things. I get that. And lucky for you guys, you don't have to, because sometimes the most powerful content is just us seeing you in your element. Now, I think T-Pain is a perfect example of this because T-Pain is a very serious gamer and he's been making gaming a part of his brand for at least like the last 5-7 years or so. And during his own gaming tournament, a competitor actually accused another competitor of cheating. And T-Pain didn't just pause and go, hey guys, I love gaming. Look at me in my gaming space. No, he actually stopped and handled the situation like a real gamer would. And so in this next clip, you can see exactly who he is when he's in that world without him having to even explain anything.
This is a cheater. He kept pressing Y. Actually fight. Press other controls. You're a cheater. That's weird. Press A. Press Y. Press X. Press B. You're a cheater. Actually play. Y'all can boo me all y'all want. That's okay. I don't give a but actually have a teammate that actually knows how to play.
Hey, Bryce, come get your girl. Bryce, come get your girl. Hold on.
If you know the buttons he's hitting, that means you can counter it. If you know what he's doing, that means you can counter it. If you know the exact button he's hitting every time, that means you know exactly how to counter it. He's playing the game. If he's playing it whack, then you can play it better, and that's all you have to do, and we got this. I appreciate you.
Now, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys and pretend to be the most serious gamer in the world, but I game, you know what I'm saying? I game a little bit, and I actually have friends who are very serious gamers. And when I was watching this clip, I remember when it first came out, I remember thinking, man, he handled this situation exactly like my friends would handle this situation in that same situation, right? Like if I was playing the game and I was like, man, bro, you only keep beating me because you keep spamming the same move, they're gonna look at me and go, well, bro, if I keep spamming, then lock in and stop it, right? That's exactly how I expect a real gamer to act in that situation versus someone who may have just been placed in that situation. I don't think they would have had that same response. And this is what the beauty of documenting looks like. You're not giving a speech, you're not going through a script, you're just letting people watch you be you. And it's great because it actually ends up being one of your content verticals where you don't have to be performative, right? Like you can just live your life and get the interesting moments out of documenting your life that speak to the brand positioning that you want to be in. For most of you, right? I will argue all of you, but let's just keep it at most of you. For most of you, your interests are already showing up in your life. You just have to remember to turn the camera on. Wait, quick pause, because a lot of you have been asking, how can I work with you guys one-on-one? And yes, we can run almost any type of marketing campaign at this point, but honestly, we prefer working with clients from a consulting standpoint because we actually get a chance to deep dive into their music. We can work on their brand, we can work on their content strategy, we can tie it all together into a marketing campaign. Basically, we can give you a blueprint on how to grow, monetize, and win. So if you're an artist that's serious about getting their branding together, their content strategies together, their marketing together, then apply for a call with our country brand agency arm using the link in the description below. Serious inquiries only, please guys. So if this sounds like something you need, once again, hit that link in the description. And if not, we still love you anyway. All right, guys, commercial break over. Let's get back to the video. In the third lane, this to me is where things get powerful, and that is implementing it. So instead of talking about the thing or documenting the thing, you turn the thing into art itself. And this is how smart artists can turn an interest or a hobby or a lifestyle choice into an entire movement. Now, Meg Thee Stallion has openly been into anime for years. I want to say damn near since the beginning of her career. She's cosplayed it, she's talked about it, she's documented it. She has lyrics in her songs that speak to anime. But recently at DreamCon, she actually announced that she's coming out with her own anime. And this to me is where it goes above just niche fandom building and turns into real creative implementation.
I already knew this, but I'm about to come out with my own anime. For the Houston audience.
Did we get more details? The name?
No, just that's the excitement.
That's it. Okay, we're excited about that.
It's gonna be you ain't never seen an anime like this ever in your life.
So when you implement something into your art, your fans don't just get to learn that you're interested in it, they get to experience it through your lens and through your creative vision. And what's even better is the fans that get it and are a part of their world, for them it's almost like a callback. Right? Like you don't have to go as extensive as Meg and go and get an anime made, right? Like let's just say, for example, you want an anime to be in your brand. You don't have to make an anime. That's a lot of work, right? And probably costs a lot of money. But even being able to leave subtle hints, or imagine you have a music video where the color palette references a specific anime character, or the characters who are a part of the story that you're telling look like particular characters from a show. All that is a callback to your fans who are also in it to say, hey, I'm also over there. I also pay attention to that. And I think that for the fans who are into the same thing, right, like they are actually a part of the world, then it helps them to understand your creative eye from a whole different perspective, right? It's like you took this IP or you took this brand or you took this thing I care about and you were able to warp it and twist it and make it make sense for you. And for the people that aren't a part of that world and don't know what you're talking about or referencing to or anything like that, then it just becomes a cool little visual detail for them, right? Or maybe something that they research as they get deeper into you and then they're able to call back to it. Oh, their second video had that Naruto thing in it because they really care about anime. And this is how worlds get built. Tyler, the Creator, has Golf LaFleur, Travis Scott has Cactus Jack, and then Meg Thee Stallion will have her own anime universe. And this is the level that I think that everybody should eventually build to. right? Because I do think this is the one step that is easier said than done, but I think it's a goal nonetheless. And the beauty of it is it starts with 2 simple steps: talking about it and documenting it. So to recap, you have 3 different ways that you can showcase your brand, your personality, your non-music pillars through your content. 1, you can talk about it, give your perspective on the community itself or things that you know the community cares about. 2, you can document yourself and show how you move when you're in that community and how you act when you're in that space. Or 3, you can implement it creatively into your visuals, into your music, or into your other creative elements that surround you as an artist. Now, you don't have to do all 3 at once, right? I think if I were to think about my content strategy as an artist, I would first map out how many pieces of content a week I want to put out, how many of those pieces are going to be covered through your music content, and then fill in the gaps with your personality and brand content based on what you have time for within these verticals. So if you know, hey, gardening is a big part of my brand, and this week I'm going to a gardening event, I'm not going to talk, I'm not going to creatively implement, I'm going to just document myself at this gardening event and then use those clips to get the message across. Versus the next week, I ain't going nowhere. I'm in the house for the weekend. Now I'm gonna make 2 or 3 talking head videos about the thing, or I'm gonna start to creatively map out how I can put this into my next mini music video or my next performance or something like that. So my advice would be to start with the one that feels the most natural for you and aligns most with what your resources are and what you can actually do, and then build towards being able to do the other 3. Because once again, you always have the option to rotate between the 3 whenever you need to make a piece of content that speaks to your brand, your personality, and your non-musical interests. Because the artists who build cult-like followings, they're not just releasing music. They're building worlds around who they are as people. And the beauty of this whole strategy and blueprint is that you can do it too. So guys, I want to hear from you. What's your favorite way to showcase your brand or your personality? Do you feel like you're already implementing one of these 3 pillars? And if not, which of these pillars do you feel like you need to work on and start to implement into your content strategy? And if you want more frameworks like this to help you, build your artist brand the right way, then make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button, share this with an artist that needs a little bit of gain today. With that being said, my name is Corey, and I'll see you guys next time.